remains largely a hidden treasure compared to its neighbors Yunnan and Sichuan, both of which are top tourist destinations. And of all the places in Guizhou, there are few more remote than Huanggang, which is unlisted in guidebooks and on most websites. Because of its relative geographical isolation of China's southwest, the Dong people have had little contact with the outside world. Thus, Huanggang preserves the age-old traditions of this little-known ethnic group, whose history dates back to the Qin and Han dynasties over 2,000 years ago. The people here are superb musicians, fabric makers, and architects who spend their entire lives in the village.
Say something. See?
In this remote location, it's no surprise to find that animistic religious beliefs and practices are still alive and thriving. People believe in the existence of benevolent and malevolent spirits in nature. Rocks, rivers, mountains, bridges all have spiritual significance and are considered holy. The small village of just a few dirt roads is a place with unique charm and wholly different from anything I've ever seen before. Nowadays, most cultures pass down their traditions and history in a written language, in other words, in books. But what the Dong people pass down from one generation to the next is songs. In the areas where the Dong live, no one is more respected than a fine singer. A good voice is a sign of intelligence and wisdom. In fact, the singers are the local historians, like living encyclopedias.
I heard from the locals that there would be a grand song lesson right here today, so I decided to check it out myself. And to my surprise, it's little youngsters that are taking lessons. Take a look.
Since childhood, the Dong learn to sing the special songs of their people. This is an essential part of their education. The songs are a part of their heritage that reminds them of their past, and in doing so, gives them direction for the future. And the formal arena for performing songs in the village is the drum tower. Families, even entire villages, sing together, particularly on festive occasions like holidays and weddings, and to welcome guests. The most popular form of the song is the grand song. This is generally a narrative, whose major themes range from love stories to episodes from history, and even lessons in morality. It is only by listening to the grand song that we begin to understand the beauty of Dong culture. And the men and women sing together in harmony, capture the sense of unity in the village. The drum tower is seen as the center of the village, and the tower gets its name from the drum hanging from the ceiling, which is beaten to summon people together. The ground floor serves as a public hall for meetings, social gatherings, and even recreation. So important is the drum tower that when a village is first being built, it's the first building to be erected. The drum tower's value is partly symbolic, but it's also practical. The head of the village is in charge of the drum. If the drum is beaten, everyone will gather at the tower. Benches are set up, and the tower is a place to discuss community affairs, rather like a town hall. And traditionally, meetings are attended exclusively by the men. It looks like something big will happen today, as all the men have arrived. Maybe there will be some important guests at the village.
So as a local villager in my local gear, as you can see, I'm ready to greet the new guests into the village. And you see, to be a new guest into the village, you have to first pass this blockade here. And how do you do that? Well, you have to either drink or sing. Let's see which one we will choose.
Indeed, it's a really festive occasion. All the villagers are ready, and everyone is dressed in their finest, from the elderly to women and children. From their costumes, we can tell how diligent all the women in the village are, and how creative an artist she is. One of the criteria a Dong man looks for a prospective wife is her proficiency in embroidery, dyeing, and weaving.
And the alcohol begins. Nobody is off the hook, and this is the warmest greeting we could possibly give. Doing bounce city, bounce city, bounce. There's a special ceremony for all the VIP, the people who make special contributions to the village. And what happens is you sit on this sedan chair and they bounce you up and down into the village. Once you get to the main gate, they make you drink. And if you don't, you can't get in. Bounce.
Typically, the ceremonies are held for the town elders who have made a great contribution to the village, or for people from other villages who visit, like the crew of CCTV International's Travelogue. The ceremony expresses thanks to these people. It's certainly the warmest welcome I've ever received. It's amazing. The ceremony is no less impressive than a walk on the red carpet. And what better way to honor guests than with an evening feast, which is also held in the drum tower. The local food tends to be salty and rather sour, with a staple of glutinous rice. Dinner is a communal activity with the entire village sitting together near the benches.
Usually at one of these gatherings, people can't start eating until the elders of the village have started. And I think they have. So we're going to get to start eating now. But you know, the chopsticks are only used for the vegetables. The main course, the rice here, you have to use your hands. Like that.
Oh.
Although the flavor of the food is not something I'm used to, the lively spirit of the community is something I can truly appreciate. For the Dong, nothing goes better with a good meal than a good drink. Most men here are very fond of a drink, and they make their own rice wine. Flavor is pretty strong, as if it's richly filled with emotion. At the dinner table, you can sense the warmth and passion of their nature. Once again, of course, they're singing, the chance to reveal their innermost feelings. They believe here that rice is for the body and song is for the soul. Surrounded by their cheerful songs and heartwarming smiles, I truly feel like I'm amongst the most pure-hearted of company. Although we are from seemingly different worlds, tonight we are one.
This is just the first cup.
Drinking culture is of key importance to the Dong people. It's a symbol of their hospitality. I'm not a big drinker, but you simply can't refuse these people.
I have no choice. See you tomorrow morning. At the end of the day, the sun sets down, everything quiets, and people return home to those villages on top of the mountains, hidden away from the modern world. And although most people never really get to learn about the Dong people, I hope you got to see just a small glimpse on today's Travelogue. I'm Yen, and see you next time.
On the next episode of Travelogue, you'll be amazed at the brilliant colors of the Miao people of Guizhou, right on Sisters Festival, the most exciting time of year.